Hello, and welcome back to King Note Gaming. It is I, King Note. Today we are on my island Tokata because I want to tell you, or I guess show you, how I set up for yard sales on Nookazon. First of all, I have set up this island specifically for trading. As you can see, there is a disgusting amount of space here for items to be set out. And I have little gaps in the fences that I can just fill in to keep people from wandering around my island where I don't want them to. If we look on the map here, that whole bottom third of the island is all for trading. And I keep the beaches at the south, behind, like, near the airport. Those are accessible as well. And if I go here... No, not DIY recipes, sorry. I meant custom designs. I have little item signs. I was thinking about making, like, customizing banners with these, which I might still do. But you can also do that so you can, like, kind of label where things are. And I do have a maker ID, so if you want to use my signs that I've made for your own yard sale or whatever trade, you can. I think it's on my passport, right? Yeah. So my creator ID is there, the MA number, if you want to download any of those codes. I also uploaded those tile path as well. The dream address is not an actual dream address, so if you go there, you'll be disappointed. Just saying. But generally speaking, the first thing I'll do is I'll fence off the whole area. And I have this pipe to my house, but obviously when I open my gates, I'm going to put that away for temporarily. I have this little area here for items, which I think I'm going to be using the beaches this time for DIYs, because I have so much of those. And I have a lot of items on my other player characters, so if we go back to my map, you probably noticed I have a bajillion side characters. I actually remade previous reps from dream addresses I've made on this island, and essentially whatever their island theme was, I gave them that kind of furniture. And I have 2 more player character slots left, which I'm not sure who I'm going to do next, but whatever rep I feel like keeping, I guess. And I have mostly Peppies, because I was trying very hard to get the Mum Cushion DIY on my own. I ended up getting it from somebody on Nookazon. Shout out to them. Thank you so much for giving that to me. Anywho, now that we got that out of the way, I will get a bunch of fencing, because I gotta fill in some gaps over there. And I only use 2 types. I use the hedge fencing and the iron and stone fencing. And then you'll see in my storage here, it's ridiculous. I hoard by the Sanrio items because that is a big feature of my yard sales. I have a bunch in my mailbox as well, but that's my biggest thing with yard sales is people really like the Sanrio items and not everyone has the amiibos, so I like to hand those out to people. The disgusting amount of DIYs I have. Look at all of this. This is all extra DIYs, and the majority of them are from like side characters. Like anytime I have extra ones, I just dump them over here. I think I still have more on other save files, but it's a problem. I need people to take these DIYs, so I really need to do a yard sale. I also use the fencing to kind of corral off certain areas and sections of items, just to make it easier to differentiate what item is what. Close off the beach. I don't want anyone messing with my beach flowers. It's just storage until I have an island I can use them on. Yeah, this is a very unique island use, I will say. Up here is my villager neighborhood, which I have since done a little bit more with. I decided to add yellow flowers into the mix just to make it a little bit more colorful, and I like that decision, because obviously yellow and blue look nice together. And my shops are up here. Eventually, if I want a villager trade again, I can just lock off the little 5 area neighborhoods, because I have 2 little 5 neighborhoods. But for now, locking you away. which he's gonna be trapped, so sorry, buddy. And of course, when I'm just playing on the island, I make those little gaps so I can go wherever I want. There we go. So I think my first order of business is to put the DIYs out, because they are a big bulk of what I need to put out. And then I have 2 bridges and ways out. Oh, look, another one. Let me guess, it's gonna be one that I already have. Watch this. Oh! You know what? I'm glad I was wrong. There's, like, enough room here for people to put out their payment. Like, I don't really ask for much for my yard sales. I just ask for, like, stacks of materials, because that's mostly what I need. Or, like, wish list DIYs that I don't already have. That kind of thing. And, of course, I just put up offers for whatever people want to do. I'm not very picky. Let me actually figure out where I want everything first. I think there should be a sign here. I guess I'll put the item sign here since it has an arrow facing that way. There we go. So we can say the items are over on this side here. I think I'll make this section up here Sanrio items. Let me map out a little area. Okay, Miss Chai, you are cute, but you are where I need to be right now, which is... yeah, thank you. Thank you for walking away. I think it's very important when making a yard sale to rope off areas and really mark what they are so people know what they're looking for. Did I make that the same level, like, completely by accident? I think I did. That's hilarious. But yeah, like, I make a couple of entrances and exits just so it doesn't get too crowded. Especially if you have multiple people on at once, which I tend to do. Like, maybe, like, 2 or 3 at max. There we go. And then I will put the Sanrio item design here. It's also really easy to clean up. There we go. I'll probably put it in a couple different places. Let me just plug in my controller, because that's annoying. But yeah, I'll put a couple of them just so people know this whole section is Sanrio. There we go. Just that way, people know when they first come in, like, oh, normal items are that way. Sanrio's here. I think I'm going to rope off this front area here as clothing. And then I'll put like a clothing sign here. And that's what they see when they first come in from the airport is, oh, signs, look at that. And I tried to make them like easily readable even without the text, so if somebody doesn't speak English very well, they can still see, oh, that's a clothing item, or oh, that's Hello Kitty. And then I will also put another item sign over here so people know that there's more. Because I have a lot of items. Alrighty, that's good. I will stop commentating over this, but I will be back after I'm done with everything. I'll probably just show a time-lapse of me putting everything out. But that's my basic idea. I also always have an area for my character to sit, and I have a turbo controller to mash A, so it keeps the gate open. And I use the Nintendo Online app connected to this account, so I can talk to people with my phone keyboard instead of the stupid in-game keyboard, which is painfully slow. And then I always keep a storage shed here for obvious reasons, so I can grab more stuff. But yeah, I will see you back when I have put stuff out. Hi, hello, it is VoiceOver Note. As you can see, I am just putting out as many DIYs as I physically could. on the beaches here and everywhere else on the island. So this is a sped up version of how long it actually took me to do all of this. Just the footage from this, I didn't record all of it because I ended up going on my other accounts to get more items. But yeah, it takes a while to set up this big of a yard sale. But I would say it is very much worth it. Because I just like people being happy. You know what I mean? I just like making people happy, and I have way too much junk, and I need it out of my storage. So, yeah. I will say there was a one rip in peace moment for me here. I had a bunch of extra, I think 2 extra Gemini closet DIYs, because sometimes just because I will farm for them for yard sales, because people love the Celeste DIYs, and I accidentally learned the Gemini closet one. But the good news for that is, if I get another one of those from another character, I can't learn it again. So at least there's that. Anyway, I think that's like all you really need to see. It's not that interesting. I'm just dropping items on my island. So I will go now to the conclusion. I have everything done. Let's go through a quick tour for how I set up my yard sale. So first of all, we have all of the DIYs here on the little beach areas. The other beach area is a little bit bigger, and I still have a ton of my storage, so as people use these dudes up, I will replace them. And then, across the bridge here, the main one, we have all of these Sanrio items, we have clothing. All of these things here are Sanrio items. All of the clothing on this side is Sanrio clothing. So I tried to put as much as that in there as possible, because I know people love those items, and I do too, they're awesome. And then I have a little bit overflow of clothes there, and then this is the main thing. Every single thing here is up for grabs when I do my yard sale. I still have a lot of stuff in my storage, but I want to keep a lot of stuff in my storage just because I make a lot of islands and I'll probably need it, but hey, I want to make people happy. I have some pretty rare items here too, like I have a bunch of castle walls and stuff, because obviously I used them and I bought too many, so oh yeah, and just to show you, it goes a very far away here. I also decided just to leave this open because you can't do anything in somebody else's resident services anyway, so it doesn't really matter if it's open or not, truly. They're just wasting their time if they're going in there. But yeah, all of this, all the way down to here, and once again, it takes up a good third of my map. So when I yard sale very hard. But yeah, just to reiterate, putting up little signs is very helpful. Because as you can see here, like, up at the bridge, I have my item sign pointing the way to where the items are. Then Sanrio items over here, and clothing. Just labeling things, organizing it nicely, people really appreciate that. I have done quite a few yard sales on Nookazon, and I have gotten a lot of people commenting that they really like how organized I am, and thank you if you've ever done a yard sale with me. I appreciate your business. But yeah, that is how I do yard sales. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it was helpful, or at least entertaining. And hopefully I'll be doing a yard sale the next day after recording this. And that will be a lot of fun, because I have the day off, so might as well. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see y'all later. Bye-bye!